Hello friends, Marcy here, and it is a new Pilot Prera pen day. How you like that alliteration? Anyway, so I have a new Pilot pen. This is an order from Amazon that I had to talk myself into because when I saw the color description, um, it wasn't anything I thought I wanted, but I was first surprised about the box, and that I don't know if that's due to the retailer or whatever, but this is just a cardboard box, and all my other Preras came in clamshell plastic box that had the cardboard sleeve, and I just, that was a quick difference. If you know a reason why they would have different packaging, please let me know, because that's something I'm curious about. Anyway, I'm adding to my brown ivory. This is blue gray, and then the converter, the clear demonstrator pen. If you order the colored pens, they only come with cartridges, as I'll show you in the box. If you order the clear demonstrator pens, which they cost a little more because they do come with the converter. And I believe I have failed to mention that in previous videos where I've shared my Preras. Real quick, I do want to let you take a glance at this cap. It has a white, it's frosted. That's an inner seal that adds to protection on your nib to keep it from drying out. So it's a little springy. If you notice, when you push, there's a resistance there, and that is a little springy as the seal closes off any air that would get into your nib and dry it out. So they're excellent writers. Let's see. All of these are, this is medium, medium, fine. And this is a calligraphy nib. I do have the calligraphy nib on my Pilot Metropolitan as well. So my little Walden Woodworkers pen holder wouldn't hold all of them. So I had little Mr. Crab to come in and help. But I'm going to move these aside for now, unless we need to talk about them. The star of the show today is Pilot Prera Medium. It doesn't say the color. Sorry. I'll have to look that up and let you know. I'll give you a hint. It's pink. Unless it says it here. No. Okay, so I'll have to look up the Amazon color name and put it on the screen. I'm hoping that doesn't look too red to you. Um, in my naked eye, it looks like a bright, like fuchsia, bright neon pink coral. It looks very bright, but on the screen it does look a little red, as it did on the screen when I found it on Amazon. So as I said before, when you order the colored Preras, they only come with a cartridge. They do not come with a converter. So you would need to add your own Pilot Con 40 converter if you wish. Of course, you can always use the nib that comes with it, and this is a black ink. I flush cartridges. I've done that on my channel to show you how, and they actually hold more ink than the converter. So it's a good idea to go ahead and use up an ink, empty a cartridge, and refill it with a syringe. Very easily to do. You do the flushing, the cleaning, and the filling with the syringe. Very easy to do, and it holds more ink than, the converter. So let me get into these little plastic packages, and I'll be right back. I forgot that that was a push-on cap, even though I just demonstrated that on the clear demonstrator. They're not twist, they push on, and they have that silent glide, much like the Pilot Elite or E95S. That is a very satisfying feel and sound. I'll be quiet so you can hear that. There you go. All right. gorgeous pink ink. I want to put the converter in, and I will use, even though you can use the syringe to fill the converter just like you can the cartridge, I'm going to fill through the nib so that my nib will be saturated and ready to write. Let me put this up right. And also, since this is a new pen, I want to do a quick flush with water just to rinse through the nib. Always helpful to do. Just clean water flush. All right, and I'm not going to assemble the pen because I'm going to need it in this condition in a moment. Let me show you the ink that I ordered to go along with. It is Pilot Iroshizuku Tsutsuji. So we'll do a fill and a writing sample. Look at this gorgeous bottle. Let me see if I can put a light. I need my light table on. Let me see if I can put a light behind here and let you see. There is a transparency to this bottle of ink. Can you see through that? So it's not a saturated opaque ink, which is, it's quite beautiful in the bottle. That's just my little flashlight to the loop that I use to work on my nibs. Anyway, you can see it through the bottle. It's amazing that it is a transparent liquid. I'm anxious to do that. I almost didn't order a new ink because I have several that would fall in that pink category family. The one I thought most like it, let's see, it's very bright. The one I thought most like it would be my Yamabudo, which is also the Pilot Iroshizuku ink. It would fit that very well. But I had to be adventurous and go out and get another pink ink, another ink in the pink family. So I'm going to make a new card for my collection with you. We'll put some ink at the top, write some a name, and fill this up. I think filling would be first at hand. When you fill from the bottle, if you need a fountain pen, sorry when I put my hand there, it's blurring the film, or we don't use film anymore. The recording, it's blurring the visual effect. There we go. I did not fill that up all the way on the first fill, but that's okay. I'm just here for the experience today, not the full fill. I'm anxious to write. But let's finish my sentence. When you are filling from a bottle, you always want to immerse your nib with the breather hole here below the liquid so that it can suck up the liquid and not the air. And then clean off your grip section. I'm going to assemble this back together, and we'll wait a moment for this nib to be ready to write. It doesn't need a gravity feed time because I actually dipped the nib right into the bottle. And I'm going to be using this again, but I'm going to cap it because, you know, spills happen. They do. All right. First off, we will start on the Rhodia paper. Just to do a writing sample of the Pilot Prera medium nib. And this is like a pocket-sized pen. Again, it is a push cap, which I really enjoy for one-handed operation. When I broke my hand, I really appreciated that. You can post it, but for my hand size, it is a good size to write unposted. It's very comfortable for me. So I'm going to do that. Okay, I hope I've adjusted the camera so that I can write without my knuckles blurring your vision. So this is a Pilot Prera, And when I looked up the name, it on the Amazon's website where I purchased it, it is called Vivid Pink. And but on the picture, it looked kind of red to me. Still here in this camera, it looks red, but to the naked eye, it looks like a bright neon fuchsia pink. Doesn't look red at all. So, and we have a medium nib. And the ink we're using is Pilot Iroshizuku. Oh, I dotted my U. Tsutsuji. There we go. And this medium nib has a smooth and consistent line width on the Rhodia dot grid paper. Not much variation between the vertical and the horizontal lines here. And our Pilot ink. And I'm going to record the date. I was mentioning to a friend the other day on the phone that when I do my writing samples, I never do the quick brown fox. I never write that out. But I do like to record the date that I'm adding the ink entry or the pen entry into my book. And today is Friday. All right. Why don't we just, for fun's sake, all right. Okay, so I'm just going to add a margin of color at the top of the card, and then I'll use the Kakamori nib. I'm going to leave that like that at the end. I kind of like that effect. I'll use the Kakamori nib to fill in the lettering so that it'll be consistent with my other cards. Oh my. Talk about neon. Let me show you this rinse water. That is some neon pink. It's kind of like, it reminds me of what Gail sent me. The Roseate. It's Andorilium Roseate Spoonbill Pink. I kind of swatched that with you last week. I'll have to do an ink comparison with that and the Yamabudo on the cards. But for now, let's get our nib put back together and record. Okay, this is a very wet ink. I don't need that much of an angle on my nib. Because it puts down a lot of color. We'll do some line width testing here. This pen is great for that. Oops, I kind of did 2 passes on that one. I cheated. Here's vertical lines are not much variance, but let's do a few swishes. There we go. I had to get a new grip on my nib. And we have to record Tsutsuji. I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. It is July I didn't always record this on my cards. I wish I had, but I'm going to do that for the remainder of my samples. And on the back, after this dries, I'm going to flip it over because I have my stamp where I can record the pen that it is inked with. Okay, guys, as this is drying, I'm seeing a sheen. It's like a golden sheen here. Let me see if I can point with something else. Right here, it's a golden sheen. It looks very shiny, but it's not really a shimmer, where the ink is pulled more heavily. And I like to see the way it gets lighter. That reminds me very much of the Yamabudo. You can see the sheen in the Yamabudo if I can catch the light just right here on the perimeter, and then it comes up where the ink was pulled. So these inks, they're both Pilot Iroshizuku, and they behave very similarly. Let me get out in case that's making your eyes crazy. All right. And on the back of the card, we will record the pen. Pilot Prera. This is a medium nib in the vivid pink. So my plan, as long as you're here with me, is to use my Galen leather. This is called Purple, and I don't remember the exact name of this, but it does hold 5 pens and notebook. And I thought it would be fun. I'm going to take out my sailor's, sailor compass, and this is the Metropolitan that also has the calligraphy medium nib. So I thought it would be fun to carry, since I have five Pilot Preras that would fit in the pen loops. Fun to carry my colorful Pilot Preras with different colored inks, throughout in each one. And this would make for a fun writing experience with fun colors throughout my school day. Okay, thank you for spending some of your precious moments with me. You have a blessed day. Bye-bye.